You hear a name like PeopleSoft, and what do you think? Probably something ancient, right? A relic from a bygone tech era. But what if I told you that this ghost is actually the engine running some of the biggest, most modern organizations you know? This isn't just a history lesson. It's a wild story of survival against all odds. Okay, so the story really should have ended right here. Back in 2005, the tech giant Oracle finished a hostile takeover of its rival, PeopleSoft. And I mean, this was hostile. In the cutthroat world of enterprise software, that's usually game over, the end.
But that's not what happened. You fast forward to today, and PeopleSoft is not just hanging on, it's powering mission-critical systems at huge organizations. So what gives? How on earth did a product that was basically on death row manage to stick around and, even thrive?
Everyone, and I mean everyone, knew what was supposed to happen next. The playbook was obvious. Oracle would absorb the customers, cherry-pick the best tech, and just let the rest of PeopleSoft fade into history. But instead of doing that, Oracle did something nobody saw coming. They came out with this policy. And it had a really simple but incredibly powerful name, Applications Unlimited. And look, this wasn't just some clever marketing slogan. Oh no, this was a promise that would change absolutely everything for PeopleSoft and its thousands of customers. So what does Applications Unlimited even mean? Well, it was Oracle's way of saying, hey, we're not killing PeopleSoft. In fact, we're going to keep building it indefinitely. Now, just imagine you're a company that's spent millions, maybe built your entire business on this system. You were terrified, and then you get this news. It wasn't just a relief, it was a lifeline, a total game changer. Okay, so Oracle's promise was a huge deal, for sure. But it only worked because the customers were already fiercely loyal. So the real question is, why? Why did they stick around? Well, it all boils down to the software's indispensable core, the part so critical that leaving just was never really an option. And this loyalty wasn't just because they were used to it. No way. It was hard-earned, and it was rooted in two incredibly powerful modules that were just woven into the very fabric of these companies. First up, you've got accounts payable. Now, this sounds kind of boring, but trust me, it is the financial heart of a company. It's not just paying bills. We're talking invoice automation, vendor management, payment processing, the whole shebang. Ripping this thing out isn't just hard, it's like performing open-heart surgery on your business while it's still running. Then there's the second key piece, Enterprise Performance Management, or EPM. So, if accounts payable is the heart, EPM is absolutely the strategic brain. This is the high-level stuff, the planning, the budgeting, the forecasting. It's what turns all that messy data into an actual coherent strategy. It connects the big vision from the top with what's really happening on the ground. And true to their word, Oracle didn't just let PeopleSoft collect dust. They had this three-pronged approach to keep it alive and kicking. First, a constant stream of security and compliance updates. Super important. Second, they were actually rolling out new features. And third, they made sure it could still talk to modern systems, connecting to the latest databases and middleware. They weren't just maintaining it, they were modernizing it. So how does this all fit into Oracle's big picture today? You'd think they'd just be propping this old thing up until it finally gives out, right? But nope. The reality is this really smart, deliberate dual strategy. It's all about coexistence. So who are these folks who are still so loyal? Well, we're not talking about small shops here. We're talking about the big players, huge enterprises, massive government agencies, and major universities. For them, PeopleSoft isn't just software. It's the foundation they're built on. And the idea of switching, the cost, the risk, the years of disruption, it's just mind-bogglingly huge. And this really lays out Oracle's whole strategy perfectly. See, on one side, you have PeopleSoft. That's your trusted, rock-solid legacy system. It's all about stability for those diehard customers. Then, on the other side, you've got Fusion Cloud. That's the shiny new thing, the future, built to bring in new customers. They're not fighting each other. They're serving two totally different but equally important parts of the market. It's pretty brilliant, actually. So, when you pull back and look at this whole incredible story, what's the big lesson here? I think PeopleSoft's journey really makes you rethink what value even means when we talk about technology. It really all comes down to this simple idea. We throw around the word legacy like it's a bad thing, right? Like it just means old or obsolete. But this whole story proves that's just not true. In this case, legacy means proven. It means reliable. And for the people who use it, it means absolutely indispensable.
And that's where we are today. PeopleSoft isn't some dusty relic in a museum. It is an active, fully supported, and mission-critical partner for some of the biggest institutions in the world. It's a living, breathing legacy.
And that kind of leaves us with one final thought, doesn't it? In an industry that is just obsessed with the next big thing, the story of PeopleSoft makes you stop and ask a pretty fundamental question. What do we really value more in the long run? Is it the hype of the latest trend, or is it the quiet, boring, but totally unwavering reliability that just works day in and day out?